Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to episode 88 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. The podcast where we sometimes cry, we always laugh, we might get a bit ratchet, but we're forever gonna break it down. Your source for all things responsible and ratchet. All right, guys, it's me. I'm back. This episode is not the episode that I had scheduled for today. But that's the one thing I do love about being an independent podcaster, and this is my shit. I get to do what the fuck I want. So the schedule changed. So we're gonna move this solo episode here, and you want to know why? I'll say the one reason why is like I feel like I didn't get a chance to really marinate on the podcast's birthday and what that meant for me and what it meant from the support from you guys, right? That was going to come a little later and something I was going to flesh out. But I was forced here because if you've listened, you follow me on social media, I hosted, I saw the meme like everyone else that said February 24th, 2019 was the 20th anniversary of Juvenile and Manny Fresh's and Lil Wayne's Back That Ass Up, right? That is a classic, a true moment in Black history, should be celebrated properly. And that is what I did. I hosted a twerk class, sexy dance class, hosted by Christine J. my soror. She did a phenomenal job with leading us. It was about 35 people showed up. More people had paid, but 35 people showed up, and we had an amazing time. It was great energy, and as Christine made us say, the room was just full of divine feminine energy. And we twerked so motherfucking hard, okay, that I'm tired as fuck. So I was going to come home and edit the podcast, and the episode that should have been released today was a really labor-intensive edit for me. I do not have that in me to edit that right now at 9:30 p.m. on a Sunday night after we twerked for 90 minutes. And we were doing full-out twerks. Like, if you go to my Instagram page at the Boonie Breakdown, you will see various versions of the groupings and the choreography that we did. Christina's had us doing splits. My big black ass ain't done a split since I was in high school and probably about 100 pounds smaller than what I am now. My hamstring is tight. I already done soaked in the tub of Epsom salt. I'm going to have to do some stretches or something because I didn't expect to really go into full split. But it happened. I'm tired. And so you guys are going to get this lovely solo episode. Okay. Just want to hop into Boonie's pick of the week. And the pick of the week this week, you just heard me mention the class that I went to, and the pick of the week this week is a bath. It had been quite some time since I have taken a bath, and of course I take showers, okay? I'm talking about sitting in a hot tub of water, and because I had to fucking soak. And I had to sit in a hot tub of water and pull in the Epsom salt and throw in some eucalyptus essential oils and throw in some lavender essential oils and throw in some jojoba oil and just sit there and feel the hot water, kind of let my muscles stretch out and just enjoy that solitude moment. I forgot how calming, how relaxing a bath could be. And it had been quite some time since I was working out heavy about two and a half years ago that I would have to take Epsom salt soaks a lot because of lifting heavy and relaxing the muscles, that when I was just sitting there for those 25 minutes, 30 minutes just sitting in the tub, I'm like, you know what? I should try to do this more often. So Boonie's pick of the week this week is taking a motherfucking bath. Now, another reason why I have a really deep tub and I don't like cleaning, So sometimes it's so much effort in going to take a soak because depending on what kind of soak you're doing, right? After I take the bath, then I drain the water out and then take a shower because I just feel like baths, you don't get clean because you're just sitting there, right? So then I still take a shower. But case in point, you can still make the shower a good experience with your essential oils, etc. All right, let's move right into the housekeeping for this week. Again, the feedback from last week's episode with Ashley and Marcy of the School in Life podcast. You guys really enjoyed having two different voices. Some of you have even told me that you checked out their podcast, Schooling Life, which I'm so happy and ecstatic to hear that you did so. They're really great. And like I said, I really enjoy the opportunity when I can cross collaborate with people who are on my level and my colleagues. So that is super dope. I'm really excited that you guys were able to find another podcast that is, of course, Boonie approved. As you know, and I'm going to go into this more later. Well, you know what? I'm just going to save it. Fuck it. Not even going to talk about it. But also because we are turning 2, there is a coupon code available for Boonie Breakdown merch. So if you go to the BoonieBreakdown.com/shop, you can use the code 2W. TWZ. I can't talk. Spell the motherfucking word 2 out, okay? And that is the coupon code in all caps. You can save 20% on your orders over $20. So that is my gift to you. I know some of you still wanted to cop your little sweatshirts and your tanks and stuff. So head on over to BoonieBreakdown.com/shop to do so. Also, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Boonie Breakdown. You can follow us on Twitter as just Boonie Breakdown, okay? Reviews. You know what to do. I've been asking for them for this week because that would be a cool birthday gift for you guys to give me a formal review on Apple Podcasts or Facebook. All right, you can head on over and do that. Make sure you hit those 5 stars. 5 stars. And just say some kind words about your girl. I love it. I appreciate it. Okay? And also, when you share this episode or any episode you listen to, please be sure to use the hashtags the Boonie Breakdown or the hashtag PODIN, PODIN. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's get ready to break this down, y'all. All right. I want to go into talking about celebrating your small victories and big victories. And I feel like I am owed this pause to talk about and celebrate my own shit. People said I glossed over the fact that my podcast turned 2. And I thought I was making a big deal about it. I'm doing 5 giveaways. 1 is running on Twitter. 1 is running on Facebook. 3 are open on Instagram. And all 5 of these giveaways are open until Thursday, February 28th, 2019. So you still have time to enter. It was my way of saying I appreciate all of you. I appreciate every single person who has ever listened to this podcast, whether you listen to 1 episode, if you listen to 20 episodes, 50, all 88, okay? It is for every ticket you've purchased to a live show, every ticket you've purchased to a Perfect Breakdown event, the twerk event, anything that I've done, for every t-shirt that was purchased, tank top, sweatshirt, button trio, Ratchet Box of Love, Boonie's Ratchet Notes. No matter what I do, nothing has failed. And that is partly because of you. And so that is why I wanted to do the giveaways, to give away some stuff that's fun, to give away some merch, to give away a Ratchet Box of Love, to give away some of my great sponsors, to give away Magic Wand, which y'all know I fucking love those things. To give away a clone of Willie. It was just my way of saying thank you. I don't know all of you personally, and it's always dope, for me at least. I have no expectations of people to support what the fuck I do. I'm not the type of person who shares everything with all of my circles. You guys know I'm in a sorority. I do not push things down people's throat because I really subscribe to the belief that if it's good and people fuck with it, people that I know will support it. I don't. And if they fuck with me, they're going to support it. And I am so thankful and appreciative of the network of people that I have around me, the circle of people who fuck with me, my family who fucks with me. They just support. It's not even a question. It's not a thought. I didn't even promote the twerk event. And before I said it live, I had already sold 10 tickets just because I told people, look at this cool thing I'm doing. And they were like, oh my God, it's amazing. This is a good idea. Copped. I didn't ask them to buy it. I was just like, what do y'all think about doing if I did this? Here's the Eventbrite link. And they just, their response was a purchase of a ticket. I try to give people I know breaks when I can. But shit costs money. And so I'm not able to do that every time as much as I would like to. But I just don't have this expectation that just because you're my friend, you're going to do something for me. Right? And so that is why I did the 5 contests. And I still hope that you enter. I wish I could do more, but as we grow, the more I can do when I turn 3, maybe next year I can do 7 or even 6 or even to maintain 5. But I don't want you guys to think that it didn't mean a lot to me that my podcast turned 2. And I think the other really big thing for me was that I did make it to this far. I know that a lot of podcasts experience what they call pod fade. And it's pretty much what it means is like they start out really strong and then they got 20 episodes and they never post a new episode again. That happens to a lot of podcasts out there. And I am so happy because this is exciting. It's fun for me to do that. I have not experienced pod fade. I know many of you wish that I did not do seasons and just wish that I continuously post. But like I've said, I do seasons because I have to, just with my schedule and things that I do outside of the show that for me to be consistent with you guys and to do at least weekly, maybe 9 months out of the 12, it has to be seasons. Otherwise, I would be posting like every other week because I just would not have the capacity to do this. And when I say, I don't think a lot of people knows what goes into making an episode. So if it's not myself if it's not myself, even when I have a podcast with Kenny or Brian, Chrissy and Sheikah, they still have lives too, and I don't pay them. I might give them extra drink tickets at a live show or, here's a free shirt. It's like, that's what I can do for them. I do not pay them. So they do this out of the goodness of their hearts and because they fuck with me and I fuck with them. But even with them, I have to schedule. So it's with them and my other guests. I have to do a reach out. We schedule, then I send a confirmation email, then we record. Then I have to edit an episode. Sometimes I get really clean audio. It's an easy edit. Sometimes the audio is fucked up. And I have to do a lot of work to edit. But I still edit everything I do. Then I render it. Then I post it. Then after I do all of that, I make audiograms, I make Insta story images. I do all of that myself. And this is not me complaining, but it's just showing you how much goes into just one episode coming out. And so then to do that every week, it's a lot of work. And so I have to enjoy this in order to put this out here. And so because of you guys, I am able to turn around and say, I have this many downloads. It's not as many of these other shows that I see. Some shows that are, crossing the 2 million mark, the 500,000 mark. I'm going to get there one day. I know I am. And I am so thankful for what I have now. It's always great to have the goals to stretch towards, right, in life. To say, I want X amount or I want XYZ for that to be your reach goal. But I am so thankful, so very thankful for my tens of thousands of downloads that soon, hopefully sometime this year, I can say hundreds of thousands of downloads. But we're building, and I'm just so proud of everything that I've built. And I keep saying you guys because if it weren't for you, I just would not have a show, okay? I do want to say too, I got a question, and someone pretty much on an Insta story shared with me something that was pretty similar to what I'm building here. And, you know, it was a little sting at first when I saw it, not going to lie. But I know what I'm doing and what I'm building is mine. And it is space for everyone to win. I'm not upset or sad about it. It actually gave me the fire to want to do things a little harder, so I can keep building the capital and coins and get everything trademarked, and I'm protected to continue to get those trademarks. And so I appreciate you guys being upset and being like, look at this shit here. You did that shit first. Shit happens, right? And so I honestly, it's hard for me. I was trying to walk this fine line of listening to podcasts because I don't want to consume so much of other people's shit that my shit becomes just like theirs. And so I'm still trying to stay Boonie. I'm still trying to be team ratchet and responsible. The ratchet in me honors the ratchet in you. Hold my stay. That's my lane. That's my shit. And so sometimes when you like someone and you admire their shit and you're listening to their shit, you just end up, it just seeps into you. You're not even trying to copy, but that's just what happens. And so I do enjoy and I root for so many of us Black podcasters, because when you look at these lists, a lot of these top 10s, the best list, it's very rare that you see another podcast. Usually a Black podcast. Usually it's the Read, right? They are the pioneers. They're the big Black podcasts. You might see Joe Budden, like these mega podcasts, right? But for us small indie people who are growing, it's hard for us to break through on those lists. And so that's why when I tell you guys to use the hashtag PODIN, PODIN, it is to support the work of Barry, who runs Podcasts and Colors. And she does amazing work for the community, highlighting podcast episodes, allowing people to retweet, to use her own network that she's built to reach another audience. So if you've ever searched that hashtag PODIN, PODIN, or hashtag Pods in Color, you will see hundreds of thousands of tweets, and people search those hashtags. And so when you do that, it helps me tremendously. I'm not even joking. Like, I think you just think it's something I'm saying because that's what all podcasts say, but it really is helpful when you do those things and you use your own social capital and your own social networks to put your friends onto my shit. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna, in a moment of transparency, I try not to get caught up, but we all have goals, right? It's nice to be acknowledged. It's nice to be recognized. I just mentioned Barry of Podcast in Color. And for the past 2 years, right, my podcast is only 2 years old. And for the past 2 years, I've made one of her top 10 lists. One of them was listener submitted. So that was you guys last year. But this year, out of all of the podcasts that Barry listened to, one of my podcast episodes made the top 10 list for best podcast episodes of the year. That is fucking incredible. So my first 2 years, I've made a respected top 10 list, and I'm so happy about that. It honestly is thrilling. But in my moment of transparency, you guys know Apple Podcasts, they do like their ratings and their list. And for Black History Month, they put out some podcasts. And I kind of got in my feelings a bit because I was like, not that I was expecting to see myself on one of these lists. That would be a bomb as fuck. But when I looked at the Black History Month podcast list, it was some really great podcasts on there. Small Doses with Amanda Seales, Keep It by Crooked Media, Why Don't You Date Me? Who's that? Nicole Byer. I love her. She's fucking funny if you actually have not checked out her podcast. The Bodega Boys, everyone knows them. They're now on Showtime, like doing it really big. You have Oprah Super Soul Conversation. And so then I was looking at some of these other ones and I'm like, shit, I forgot about that podcast. Like, on one with Angela Rye, did she even still put out episodes? And then when I checked, she put out in 2018, she put out 4 episodes. 4 fucking episodes and made the list, right? And so that's what I'm saying in my mind, like, what the fuck? She's only put out 4 episodes and was able to make this this collaborative list to celebrate Black History Month. And I had to check myself, right? But we're human. It's okay to feel these emotions and feel like I want to be acknowledged and celebrated too. And not to pick on Angela Rye's podcast, but there were a few other podcasts there too that, they had not put out any new content in the last 6 months. Okay. But they were still getting recognized by Apple. And so I had to take a second and be like, here you go. Again, your time gonna come. You don't have to be upset or be jealous of the recognition that someone else is getting. Just keep doing the work, keep building. You never know who's watching you. My mom is one of, obviously, like everyone's mother, their biggest supporters. And that you never know who's watching you hit so true to home. She shared something on her Instagram page, and one of her friends who she grew up in church with commented she commented on the post. My mom commented back, and the person said back to my mom, your baby girl is hilarious doing her own ratchet thing. She has that same sharp humor like your mother, my grandmother. And I can't wait to watch her HBO special one day. And when I tell y'all, I burst into tears. Like, it wasn't even a thought. She tagged me in it. I read it, and it was like, and that was the shock, the jolt I needed to be like, the fuck you worried about that Apple Podcast list, right? You don't know all the people who are watching you do the work you're doing and never say a word to you, but who speak those amazing, great things over your life that align with the things that you're dreaming about. And I think when I saw that, the reference to my grandmother, obviously emotional for me. But when I saw that, it was like, whoo. And I shared on my Instagram a couple weeks ago for one of the Sunday sermons, because y'all know every Sunday I do a Sunday sermon. And I love how people I've never met root for me. And that was what triggered that Sunday sermon, because that had just happened. And I just never understand how people are afraid to root for other people, thinking it's going to stop your blessing. What the fuck they have going on has nothing to do with what you're doing. And so I say all of this long fluffiness to come back to the point that I was making, was that some of you thought that I did not do big enough pat on my back to celebrate my second birthday of my baby, the Boonie Breakdown. But I felt like I was doing that by pouring into you guys, because you guys root for me in a way that I'm getting emotional right now. It's overwhelming at times. It's great. It's amazing. But I just know the energy that you put into the world is the energy that you get exactly back. And to see the numbers, to see people who just, I'm sorry for crying, but to see the people who just support me, who cheer me on, who can do all that they can, and not even with your money, even when you just simply retweet a tweet of mine, liking an Instagram post, sharing an Instagram post to your stories, that lets me know that the energy that I'm putting out in the world is exactly what I need. Sorry for crying. I really am crying. I did not plan this. I'm not drunk, but it is the energy that I get back from putting out these episodes, to putting out these events, to creating shirts, to creating Boonie ratchet notes, whatever it is. It really is amazing to me, the love that I get back. And so I would love to grow my numbers more, but I really do appreciate every single one of you. I really do. Because you are who's with me now. I can't be out here worried about what's to come. Oh, I only got 1,100 Instagram followers. I want 5,000. I can't be worried about the 3,500 people that's about to come because y'all are here and y'all are now, and you guys are setting up the foundation for me to go on and to do greater and bigger and better things. Okay, I had to take a moment because get myself together because I did not expect that to come. And so I really am thankful for you guys. I.e., you guys are pushing me to take this shit on the road. So I don't have dates yet. I know a few cities are trying to push me to do more cities. Look, I'm the little engine that could right now, okay? So I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to add more cities this year, okay? But I do know that we're doing Baltimore. I do know that we're doing Philly, and I'm gonna make Atlanta work. Thinking over the summer is when we'll do these. Just gonna throw out some ballpark months so you can kind of look forward to it. I think we're gonna do Baltimore in June. I think we're going to do Philadelphia in August. And then I think we're going to do Atlanta in September, October. Okay. So those are what I'm thinking. I need to get planning so I can get these dates out. Hopefully they work, get some venues working, and we can do this. I would love to come to Texas. Dallas is a big place that listens. I would love to take it over to the West Coast. I definitely would have to do LA. Shout out to Chrissy of Honey and Petals. I told her I would do LA. So, but that is mind-boggling to me. Like, I never thought in doing this that I would be like, I'm going to take this shit on the road and people are going to pay to come see me talk to people and guests and friends. That is just blowing my mind. And then it blows my mind people who are like, oh, I live in Baltimore, but I'm coming to Philly too. Oh, and if you let me know and I can get to Atlanta, I'll use some Southwest points, I'm coming to Atlanta. I don't think you understand how overwhelming that is. I'm totally appreciative. I'm totally thankful. So, yes, the Boonie Breakdown Turn 2. It was all because of you guys. As long as you guys keep fucking with me and supporting me, I will keep giving you content and amazingly great things. Y'all know nothing I do is half-assed. It's going to be branded right. Shout out to Brandy of Branding by Brandy. She keeps me right and tight, okay? And we don't do that shit half-assed here. So if it takes me just a little time, it's because I'm trying to make it as good as I can. Nothing's perfect, but as good as I can. If my name is on it, it is as good as it's going to be, right? If I just have to do it. I can't wait and hold back for perfection. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Looking forward to what we do together as I move in towards turning 3. So again, I just want to say look out for the live show dates that'll be happening this summer. We'll be doing some more just small events in Baltimore. Sorry, guys who aren't in Baltimore. You guys can't make it. I do apologize. I am sorry about that. We still have the great merch that you can rock and support. And please, please, please be sure to enter our contest over on Twitter. We're giving away Boonie Breakdown t-shirt. If you go over onto Facebook and find the post over there, we're giving away 2. I'm giving away 2 Boonie Breakdown sweatshirts. On Instagram, I'm giving away a magic wand, a Boonie Breakdown t-shirt, and a button trio. Also on Instagram, I'm giving away a Boonies Ratchet Box of Love, one of those. And also, we're giving away a Clone a Willy kit and a set of Boonie Ratchet notes, which are 6 note cards that are a little like Ratchet Hallmark. So please be sure to enter all of those. Okay. And contest close on February 28th, 2019. Enter, enter, enter. And yeah, just thank you for rocking with me. As you can see, it moved me to tears. It's just so amazing. And I'm forever grateful and so thankful. All right. I hope that you listen to this brief episode and then you go back and catch up on some episodes that you're behind on for the Boonie Breakdown, okay? If you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or any app that you listen to your favorite podcasts on. Do not forget to leave a review too. I need those. It'll be a great birthday gift. You might just hear your review on the next episode. Follow us on social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. I don't make those pretty images and audiograms for nothing, okay? Have a dope ass week. Thank you for listening. Honestly, truly, thank you for listening. And remember, the ratchet in me always honors the ratchet in you. Until next time.